Hi, welcome to another episode of PhotoshopLightroomTV. I'm your host Marek Mularczyk from SAItraining.co.uk, and this is episode 96 of PhotoshopLightroomTV, your weekly video podcast about anything Photoshop, Lightroom and Adobe technologies in general. This week I've got some great Lightroom and Photoshop camera raw tutorials for you. But first let me start you with some great news. This week we've got the 24-hour Photoshop online event. So for 24 hours we'll have a lot of Photoshop stuff online. If you want to find out where to find it, if you go to Google Plus or Facebook or Twitter, if you find me in there or if you linked with me, I've posted links for 24-hour Photoshop. Hope you enjoyed it. Now let's jump into Photoshop, or actually Camera Raw, and we'll be talking about some techniques for colorizing and converting colors within the image in Camera Raw. And as you know already, Camera Raw nowadays is not just for raw images but also for JPEGs. Okay, here I am inside Camera Raw in Adobe Bridge. I'm just going to make the Camera Raw dialog box a bit bigger, just so it fits so you can see the entire application. I'll just zoom out a bit, fit in view. Okay, I've been working on this image here, and if we go to one of these tabs in here, go into the HSL grayscale, you can convert your image to black and white. But here's a couple of things I want to show you. When I convert the image to black and white, I can take any of the colors within the image and then make them brighter or darker, more contrasty or less contrasty. As an example, we have blue sky in the image, or we had blue sky in the image. So now we're in the black and white mode. If I take the blues, I can make them darker to make the sky more stand out. Now it looks really, really good. Also with the building was kind of yellow-orange earlier. So if I take yellows and I make them darker or brighter, okay, or oranges, this works more on the building, can make them bright and darker. Okay, I'm just going to reset these guys back to the defaults, and I'll uncheck convert to grayscale. Now we can change the colors within the image. For example, I'm going to make the sky black and white, so I'll go to saturation and I'll take the blues to the far left. Okay, maybe aquas as well. So the sky is now black and white. Okay, so you can take a particular color in the image and make it black and white. I can take all the purples as well and magentas, run in here. I'll leave the yellows and oranges because of the building. I can take the greens out. Okay, so selectively you can change the colors within the image. You can make some parts of the image black and white and leave the rest in color. If I just do it the other way around, I'm going to take these guys back to the defaults, and I'm going to keep the sky, and I'll take the building, yellows, oranges, okay, greens, okay. Now the building and the front of the building is black and white, but the sky is in color. So with the sky I could add more blues to make it stand out. Okay. And I've got a beautiful sky. Also this part of the building here, because it's also blue, let me just take the purples and magentas, okay, and reds. So everything is black and white except the blues. And I've got this beautiful sky, and all the rest is in black and white. And because I'm in Camera Raw, everything's non-destructive. When I click done, Camera will remember what I've done in here. I'm going to do a preview here in Adobe Bridge. And if I don't like it, I can always just right click on the image, choose develop settings and clear settings to reverse it back to the original. As simple as that. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you've learned something new. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something new in Camera Raw and Photoshop. Now I'm going to present another tutorial with colorizing techniques as well, but this time I'm going to do it in Lightroom. So if you use Lightroom instead of Photoshop, you can do it really easily in Lightroom as well. Obviously, I'll be working with the virtual copies in Lightroom, okay, to keep the original or to keep the original version and then create another alternative version. So let's jump into Lightroom and let's have a look on colorizing images in Lightroom. Okay, here I am in Lightroom and I'm going to work on this image here. I'm going to minimize the panel at the bottom and I'm going to do some selective colorizing and converting to black and white. So I'm going to work in the HSL panel, HSL color B&W in the develop module. I'll work in the saturation section here. Okay. Saturation, not all, just saturation. Okay. One of the things I can do here is I can turn some of the colors off to make the image partially black and white. But I can also colorize the image. So for example, let's say I want to bring up the color of the sky. I want it to stand out, this blue. So I can take the blues and I can increase the blues in the image to make the sky look better. Okay. Maybe even some yellows and oranges to make them more contrasty. Okay. Just going to take them back. Or I could just make some parts of the image black and white by dragging them to the left. I can either use the sliders or I can use this Tab tool and click on it, then click on the image and drag it down. Okay. Maybe here as well. You can see where the sliders are moving, so I can just move them, yellows, greens, reds and oranges, and now the entire image except for the sky is black and white. I can even take the magentas and purples just to make sure everything's fine. Aquas. With the sky I can make it really, really blue. So the entire building is black and white, but the sky is blue. Or you can do it the other way around. Quickly and easy with Lightroom. Here in the develop module, in the HSL mode, everything's non-destructive because it's all Lightroom. And you can use the targeted adjustment tool, but the technique is very similar to the one I did in Photoshop. Quickly and easily, that's how it works. I hope you enjoyed it in Lightroom 4, but this works with any Lightroom version, 4 or 3. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed this Lightroom tutorial and the previous camera roll and Photoshop tutorial on colorizing images. And that's it for this week, for this week's episode of Photoshop Lightroom TV. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by. Marek Mularczyk from SAItraining.co.uk, and I hope to see you in the next episode, episode 97 of Photoshop Lightroom TV. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.